So after owning a Ninja Foodi XL Pro air frying oven, the king of my kitchen, and has been for about 6 months, I wanted to go over with y'all on everything I've learned and some of the questions I get in the comments, try and cover everything best I can, such as things like, well, the element, the quartz element in the top. I'm going to show you how to clean it. I'm going to show you the new sponges and stuff I'm using. I'm going to show you how to remove the door gasket. And this is fairly important. I'm going to show you how to remove it, clean it, and reinstall it properly. And you'll see what I mean. It's something that needs to be done every once in a while. I've got several things I'm going to cover, like the differences in the 3 models, but I mean, that's kind of at the end. I'm going to show you a new pan, a sheet pan, and the roasting rack that Ninja has on their website. Now, it's out of stock and I couldn't order it, but it is a nano ceramic coated pan. I'll show you the price and all that, and you'll see that in the video. But one of the things I did want to cover is when I cleaned that oven door, I used a degreaser, and while I was looking later, I found that Ninja really doesn't recommend that. They say use warm soapy water and a soft cloth and wash the oven's interior and door with warm soapy water, and then it says don't use abrasives, brushes, or chemical cleaners. Well, I don't know what they define as a chemical cleaner, but I used a degreaser. But take my word, warm soapy water will work just as good. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to show you a real easy way that works excellent to register this device for warranty, and it's simple. I hate to show you how to register something for warranty, then show you how to void it. But anyhow, I'm John Sanders. I'm also known as Jelly 007. So let's get this started. Here's one of the first things I want to show you that really matter. This right here. You have to be very careful, and I just looked on Ninja's website. I'm going to turn my camera a little bit, maybe move it a little closer. I just looked. You cannot buy these, or if you can, I didn't see them. I'm going to put it like that. But this right here will come off. And then you can clean that, and not only that, but you can see it gets a buildup under it. So, I mean, it needs to be cleaned. So, I mean, that's the bottom gasket. It's going to be the dirtiest, but you can see it has little tabs that snap in. Now, you wouldn't want to just rip it out of there. You got to be careful. Take my word, please don't damage your equipment, because like I said, as far as I know, they can't be purchased. Now, another thing I'll say is I didn't clean this on purpose, because I'm going to, and that's why this video may run into tomorrow. I'm going to remove all of these, and then I'm going to clean them real well. And I'm going to clean a little bit more in there, but you know, it just doesn't bother me that bad. Now this, I do have an extra one. So I've already tried some of the things you see sitting here that did not work. So I may go a little further with that one. But this right here is what I've been using. This is something, I got this at Lowe's. I wrote it on here where I wouldn't forget. It's heavy duty degreaser from Dawn. Now, it doesn't just blast everything out. It's not going to get some of this stuff that's baked on. I'll just tell you that. It's not going to. I think it does a little better than this, but I love this right here. And you've already heard my spiel on the whatever you call these, the magic erasers. This right here I have gone to, as a matter of fact, I'll show you. Well, I'm just going to open it. I like these a lot. They're made by Liebman. I am not, as you know, I'll say it all the time, not affiliated. I don't even have links on my page. All you have to do is search the name of these on Google. Anything you see you want, you can find. I got that at Lowe's, like I said, but you can find it online. But I love this right here, using it for a lot of things. I think the Liebman may be the best one of those, you know, that I've used. And then this right here, the Sponge Daddy. It has, for really abrasive, that right there, well, I'll get it near my mic, but it is abrasive. So when you want to get down on something, that works. But this right here works. This is what I use in my sink all the time, but I have one of those there too. So this right here, and I'm using that for, let me see if I can find one I can show you. This right here. And I'm going to show you something else in a minute, which is something that Ninja's got on their website, but you can't order it. Or let me put it like this, they don't have it available right now. But you see this pan, you see these spots in it. Well, that's from all the cooking on it. Well, the cleanest, the only thing I've found that I'll say gets it the cleanest, you can see, nothing gets it perfect. I put this in my sink, hot water, let it sit, and then I pour this right here on it. And that does seem to help. It's something my mother used to do. All right, you can see right there all the stuff that is there. I don't want that getting in the door or anything. So I'm going to come up with a way to get that out of there. Maybe a Q-tip, a toothpick, anything, maybe a vacuum cleaner if I have to, but anything to keep it from getting in my door. And this right here just might work. As a matter of fact, I don't need to show you that. It ain't good. I mean, I'm telling you, this needs doing, and it's something I think everyone should do. And this is the second time I've done it to this machine. So I've had it 5 months, and I'm doing it now for the second time. Now that is pretty close right there. I'm probably going to use a paper towel. I got to get it, but all I'm doing is showing you just right quick. It's common sense. You're going to know all this. All I really was trying to point out was not to let that go down, in your door. You don't want it in the door. So now I'm actually going to start off, and you can see that right there come off fairly easy because it's just grease, it's just from where it's been cooked. I'm probably going to use the Dawn, this cleaner right here, and probably start out with this or that Libman, but I'm fixing to just pretty much spray a little bit on here like that. And just to give you an idea, real quick, just kind of move it around right there. And I'm just going to put it on there a minute and let it sit just a little bit, even on the glass. It's not going to hurt that glass, so I'm going to wipe it around and let it sit a minute. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I put just a little bit more of the Dawn Degreaser on it. And let's just see, it's probably been, I don't know, a minute maybe. But you can see it's coming off right now. So I'm not going to bore you by watching me do this for a few minutes, but you can see how well that's working. So, I mean, you can expect this anywhere you want to get it that clean. You're going to have to do this. So some of those spots in the back, it simply ain't going to happen. Now, I do have something for the elements that only thing I know to do to them, I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'm going to let this sit just a little bit longer and finish cleaning this, put my gaskets back on. I may show you that part, but then I'll show you what I do to the elements. So I'll be back. Okay, for the record, I have rinsed it out real well with just clean water at the sink. And by the way, let me stop. Do not have your unit plugged in. I never do. There's no way I would put my hands where they are right now with a wet rag with this unit plugged in. So unplug your unit before you start any of this. And, common sense, and I'm sure, you know better than that, but I wanted to say it anyhow. Just don't forget, So what we're going to do is finish it up right here. All right, I got a little ahead of myself. I forgot to tell you that what I did with these, all 4 of them, I set them in a bowl of lukewarm water with some Dawn detergent in them and wiped them off real well, rinsed them, cleaned them and then rinsed them off real well. Now, luckily, I had this sitting here, the one I've never taken it apart, so I want to show you why that was lucky. It's because the top one and the bottom one are different. The 2 left and right, as far as I can tell, are identical. Now, you might want to mark yours before you pull them out just to make sure. But these have never been removed on this oven. All right, well, if you notice right here, one's a little narrower. I'm talking about the straight ones, a little narrower than the other. Well, you look right here. The narrow one goes on the bottom with the lip down. The wide one goes on the top with the lip up. Now that's something you would definitely want to make sure you got right. And I like I said, if you're comfortable with doing it, it's not a big deal, but you want to make sure you put it back the way it was. So like it's that right there. You want to put the bottom one with the lip down. And it's as simple as this. You just start those little tabs and press them, and they'll go right in there. And then you may have to stretch it a little bit to make the next one go, and the same thing right here. But other than that, it is fairly common sense. Now, I mean, if you're not comfortable with doing it, then by all means, get somebody that is, or maybe, maybe not do it. I didn't see anything in the manual telling you how to do it, but you just saw me almost put that one on upside down. It's easy to do. The lip matches this one. In other words, it goes up. So I'm getting a little far on this. This is not that big a deal, but make sure you don't destroy your gasket because you can't get them as far as I know. So I'm going to make those fit a little bit better just doing that all the way around. Check it all the way around. But anyhow, I'll be back. All right, so I mentioned a product that Ninja has that you can't buy yet, or I don't know if you can buy it yet or not, but it's not in stock. You'll see that in just a minute. And I'm not affiliated, so I don't get their stuff. I don't know if they're selling it and other people have it yet, but as you can see right here is their Ninja Foodi XL Pro Air Oven Roast Tray, which is this right here. It's $19 and it's in stock. You can buy it. And I looked at this page 30 minutes ago and this piece was there. I don't understand if I'm on the wrong page or whatever, but long story short, they sell this piece and that piece for $19.99 a piece. Well, if you look right here, and this is a big deal, I think, right here, Ninja Foodi XL Oven Premium Non-Stick Roast Tray. And you've got the roast tray and the pan. And when you click on it, it calls it the, when I get to it, Nano Ceramic Roast Tray. So, and you can read that if you want to. It says what it says. And maybe it does other things, but mainly I think it's the Nano Ceramic. That's what makes it $29 for each piece, which would be $60. But I mean, according to how, I promise you, I doubt very seriously. I mean, I may get it if it comes in, but just to show y'all, I could get by with this forever. I will clean it. It's okay. I've been dealing out with ovens all my life, but you can see currently sold out. So I'm going to move on to this next step, which is the warranty. I want to definitely show you how to put this thing under warranty real easy, but I'll do that in just a second. Be back. Okay, so probably the most important part of this video, and quite honestly, I really think it is. If you see that right there, that is called a QR code. That is something you may need to put an app on your phone to be able to read, depending on what type phone you have. But all you have to do is scan that code right there, that square code, and it will bring up, and you will see what I mean, just like this one right here. I know this right here is the DT251, and I have I've used it many times, and there's not a lot of difference in the three ovens other than the functions they have. And one of them is this right here, which makes this one the DT251, which is the thermometer. And I know I'm getting lengthy again, but if you look right here, it says it's the DT200. Well, if you ask me, all they did was change that handle or the door or whatever, because that's where all the controls are. But my point is, even though it says DT200, when I registered this with their warranty and I scanned that QR code right there, it brought up everything in it. I had to put in my name and address, of course, but it called it a DT251. And that means a bunch, and a lot of people have been confused by it, and I don't blame them. It is confusing, especially when you get one in that says that. But this one came from Amazon. It didn't come from Ninja. So I think it's some kind of, maybe something they have with Amazon. I don't really understand. Scan that. Just scan that and register your product in case it gives trouble. So now you know, and we're moving on. Okay, so I had to take the camera off the tripod to get a better shot of this, but I wanted you to see those elements. Yeah, I still need to clean in there some, but the elements have some stuff on them. The only way I saw that they recommend to clean them is to run it on like toast feature on high. So that's what I'm about to do, and we're going to see how much better they come clean, or if they come clean at all from doing that. So hold on, I'm going to start it. Okay, so what I did was I selected the highest shade and the most number of slices I could get. But you see, them top elements don't get near as red as the bottom ones, or I haven't seen them get that way yet. But they do look cleaner from out here. So we'll let them cool down and take a little better look. I will say that seems to have worked very well. That cleaned them up. So now the bottom ones, I didn't show you those because they were not very dirty. I keep a pan in there all the time, so nothing was really on those. But again, I did maximum slices and maximum shade. One cycle, cleaned them up real well. So now you know that's how you clean your elements. You should never touch them with anything. I'll say that, but anyhow, now you know. Okay, so while that cools down from the cleaning those elements, I wanted to point out the differences in the three devices, which is the DT200, which you buy at Walmart, the DT201, and the DT250. Now, the Walmart version, the only thing different, it has 8 of these selections, where these two have 10. And the two selections it's missing is reheat and dehydrate. Now, that may not matter to you. I've got it turned here, hopefully, where I can find this right quick. I think the only thing that I might miss, and I'm not positive it won't do it, but I feel sure, I'm not positive, is on reheat, you can take this all the way down to 100 degrees, where on everything, and on dehydrate, you can go all the way down to 85. Well, without those two features being there, it's just my assumption is that you'll be limited to whatever you do here, which the lowest number, I believe, will be 180 to 450, because air fry only goes down to like 250, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 250 to 400. So, that being said, if that doesn't matter to you, then I would probably say buy that one. Now, the 250, only thing it does different than this one is this right here. It has a smart feature, which if I step out of the way, you can see this one doesn't have that, and all that does, and you probably already know, you put that thermometer in, whatever you're cooking, and when the temperature reaches, it will cut off. So, that's pretty much all I got to say on this unit. I'm going to think about it before I actually call this done, but I do think that is pretty much everything I really need to say on the unit. I will throw this in right quick because I had a subscriber do this. Make sure when you put this in that you don't go above those elements. It'll go in there and it looks like it works, but it will not work that way. This should always be all the way on the bottom. It's a crumb tray designed to be below those. All right, just to kind of complete this and hopefully get everything in there that needs to be said, one of the things I've already covered on another video, but I wanted to show it again, and it is this right here, and it is this screen, and I'm going to pull it out so you can see it. And it's something, I guess Ninja changed their design, and for best knowledge I have, is the older ovens had this, and the newer ones don't. In fact, if you look, this is Ninja's website. That's the picture of the DT, I think it's the 201. It does not have it in their current picture as of today. And I feel positive they have done away with this. But now, that's just my opinion. Let's see, the other thing, that's the main thing I wanted to pick up on this. Well, there's another thing right here. It has an issue, or not an issue, but one of the weird things people have had trouble with. When you're running this oven in bake, only in the bake feature, just assume it's going to run a little lower temperature. For whatever reason, I think Ninja wanted to take away some temp, because a lot of people, when you're baking, in other words, in an air fryer, you're supposed to, or it's recommended to remove or lower your temp by 25 degrees. Well, I think they kind of built that in. Well, it turns into being a little bit confusing because people know to remove them and they remove it too. But it's only on the bake feature. It's not a problem at all to me. I can get around it on any of those other features. So I wanted to bring it up and mention it. I have a video on that that shows that the temperatures work fine on the air fry and on and on. Let's see, the last thing, or one other thing, is the light. I'm not crazy about it, but you cannot turn that light on with the oven not running. It just won't come on. Now, once you start the oven, the light comes on. And once it gets to within 1 minute of finishing, the light comes back on automatically. Or anytime you're running the oven, you can, once it's turned on and the light goes off, well, all you have to do is press that button and the light will come back on, as long as the oven is in the run mode. So let's see if there's any, oh, here's one more thing. A lot of people think there's 3 different models, so they think they're 3 different sizes. They are not. They're identical, or the cabinet is. This part right here is identical on all 3 models. The only thing different is this handle, or these controls, and what the oven will do. So Let's see, is there anything else? Well, as I said a while ago, I think that is everything. And I think we're about to complete this video, but I will triple check and see y'all in a second. Okay, so one of the things you don't get to see about it on my channel is just how good it looks on the countertop. And I just think it looks great. I think it works good. Now, and that gives you an idea of the size and all. And like I said, it's a good looking unit. But anyhow, I hope I've covered everything y'all wanted to know. And if not, by all means, hit me with a comment and ask me. And I'll do the best I can to answer it. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all come back to see me. Hit me with a thumbs up if you can. I would appreciate that. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.